You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, all right, all right, all right. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. We're live, uncut, unedited people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're going to talk a little bit about crime is down in the city of Chicago. And I'm not asking the question. Really, it is a question, but it's a statement, actually. And it's crime down. I hear a lot of white people complaining and about the different crimes that's going on and 8 robberies in half an hour and this and that and oh they whining and whining. All right. My good. What happened to Inglewood and Woodlawn and South Shore and Roseland and Lawndale and all these other black communities that was plagued and still is plagued with drugs and alcohol and prostitution and gang banging and dope pushing and armed robbery and burglaries, carjacking, overdose. What happened to those communities? Come on in, people, come on in. This is a great talk show. This is live, uncut, unedited. We're talking about crime is down. Is crime really down in Chicago or in certain areas? Where is there a safe neighborhood in the city of Chicago? I want to know. How about if I get some people call in? The number's on the board. It's up there. Name me one community that is safe in the city of Chicago. Now, I need you guys to name me a community that's safe in the city of Chicago. Name me one. We have 77 communities. And somebody name me one community that's safe in the city of Chicago. Name me one city, one community that's safe in the city of Chicago. Now, supposedly, all our CTA drivers and our police officers, city workers, supposedly be living in the city. Am I right? Is that correct? Yeah. Name me, people. I need one community that you can name me that's safe here in the city of Chicago. Yes, 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 yes. Name me. Name me.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
There is no safe neighborhood. No. Crime is happening everywhere.
Oh, you say crime is everywhere?
Crime is everywhere, Martin.
Oh, okay. Well, you say there's no safe neighborhoods.
Uh, they robbing, they taking, they beating up the elderly. They don't care.
So, well, let me ask you a question. Have the South Side and the West Side ever been safe?
No,
Oh, okay. Never been safe.
no, no,
You don't think
no.
it's
You know,
you don't think it's safe downtown?
downtown is the ghetto.
Oh, really?
Downtown ain't downtown no more.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Y'all use this word ghetto. What do you mean by ghetto?
Meaning by the generation has took over downtown. They taking over everywhere. They don't have no more. I'm not speaking bad about young people, but they don't have no morals. They don't have no value.
Who is they? You talking
Our,
about?
I'm gonna say our youth.
So you
They
saying
tearing up
so you
everywhere.
saying the young people took over downtown. That's what you saying.
Basically, yeah.
Not true. Not true. Not true.
Not
Nah.
true.
No,
Not
they
too
haven't took
much.
over
Not too
downtown.
much.
So you call that taking over downtown, go down there 2 days out of a month, start trouble, and they took over downtown. Is that what you're saying? No, that's not true. Not true. They still living good
Okay.
downtown. They still walking freely.
Okay.
They still walking freely. Don't be fooled. They still walking freely. Trust me.
Okay.
I listen.
Okay.
I respect your statement.
Mhm.
I respect your more so to say they just don't want us downtown.
Okay.
They don't want us down there.
Okay. Well, I say that they just don't want us. They don't want us downtown.
Yeah, that's it. But we haven't taken over downtown. Trust me. Few little isolated incidents here and all that. Not compare downtown to the south side of Chicago. What's the difference now? You tell me. You tell me. Compare downtown, the city of Chicago, to the south side of Chicago. Pick a neighborhood. You can pick South Shore. You can pick Woodlawn. You can pick Auburn Gresham. You can pick Roseland. Compare downtown to one of those communities.
I compare downtown to
See?
The South Shore.
Okay.
South Shore.
Okay.
South Shore.
Okay.
I'll take, yeah. I compare downtown to South Shore.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Because downtown, they still got it going on. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you.
Because the mayor not going to let them come down there and just take it over. You are correct. They're not just going to, he's not going to let them just come and just take over. He's not. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was reading an article, I believe it was this morning, and they were saying how a lot of burglaries happen to their cars, and especially in these parking garages and stuff like that. And they want the police to beef up protection and stuff like that. But my thing is, I've lived in these high crime areas, born and raised in them. They've never been safe. Then when we complain, the first thing they say, sister, oh, you guys don't cooperate with the police. Y'all have a no snitch rule. That's what they say. That's exactly what they say. There's no.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if most of these parents would get their kids and be held accountable for what these kids is doing, because most of these parents is not knowing what their kids is doing.
Well, let me just say,
these kids is
don't blame it on the kid. Cause listen, don't blame it on the babies, because the babies ain't the only one out here committing crime. Now, they are not the only ones out here committing crime.
No,
you know?
It's the grown-ups.
It's the grown-ups, you know. Grown-ups.
It's the grown-ups that's influencing
to
commit the crime.
Right.
And all they have to do is go out and get a job.
Right. Hold it right there. I got a new caller. Hold it. Hey, caller.
Okay.
6665. Come on, caller.
Hey, Martin, is that me? T.
That's T. What's up, T? Come on, baby. Come on, talk to us.
Hey, there's no safe neighborhood in the city of Chicago, and it haven't been for a very long time. And the whole thing about it is parents should have banned Grand Theft Auto from the very beginning. Now these kids popping pills, smoking weed, and they reacting that stuff out in the street, and it's not valuing life. It's also adults that's committing a lot of these crimes too. People want to eat, but see, it was okay. Long as all the violence stay on the south side and the west side. Now it's on the north side and downtown. Downtown is one of the most dangerous places to be now. There's stuff going on down there all day long, every day. And it's just like a sore. You keep picking at it, it's going to spread. So now they see how we've been living for years, but they don't want to live like that.
And I agree with you.
So Welcome to our world.
I said the same thing. Welcome to our world downtown. We've been living like this for many years. I mean, many years.
The sad part about it, none of us should have to live like that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm 67 years old. Why am I going outside and having to watch around me? I'm at an age where I should be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a time I could be in the house cooking and maybe forgot some sugar or some cornmeal and just grab my house keys and run to the store, and come on back. Now I got to grab my ID because I don't know if I'm gonna make it back home. So everybody's living like that now, but now it's not okay. See, and I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew eventually these millenniums and these other adults, I say between the age of 25 to maybe 40, they was gonna get tired of not coming up off of their own people. They know where the money is at. So now they going straight to where it's at, downtown in the north side.
Well, so in other words, you saying why come in the hood and rob somebody? Most of these people, they live from check to check or ain't got nothing. So they going downtown where the money at, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a soul you keep picking at just gonna spread.
It's gonna spread.
People should have got with us and tried to minimize this stuff. See, we as activists, we can't do everything. It collectively take the whole village. And people that's not part of our village too. It takes everybody.
Yes.
And because they overlooked it so long, or it's there, they thought it was contained. Now they know it ain't contained. Now y'all scared to come out town. Now y'all got to go back and get y'all ID if y'all want to run to the corner store. Now y'all got to get all kind of locks and lock y'all vehicles up. Now while y'all on the bus stop, y'all got to watch all around you. We've been living like this for years.
For years, tell T. Nobody said nothing, T. Nobody said nothing. All they said is we don't cooperate with the police. Listen, that's a lie because we called 911. That's cooperating with the police. Which y'all now, T, they want us to call in on the shooter, then go over there and go get him and arrest him and find out who he is. All I can tell you, there's some shooting on 63rd and Halsted. Get over here.
Right. See, the difference now is that we still got a lot of violence on the south and the west side.
Yes, we do.
But it's becoming more prevalent now on the north side and downtown. They still doing it out south.
Yes,
and on the west side, but they not doing it as much.
That's right.
Because they up north and downtown now.
And most of these crimes is related to money now. They're trying to get a bag.
Absolutely.
They're chasing that bag, you know. And you know what, T?
Yeah.
Now, what I noticed too is that it's like the perpetrators getting younger and younger, right? Younger and younger.
Yeah. That's because they know there's no real consequences. They minors.
Right.
If they go down to juvenile detention, they let them out the next day or overnight. Their parents come down there and get them, so they know they're not being charged with no felony.
Right.
But if they start charging these kids with felonies, they'll go sit down.
And T, I said it the other night, right? Imagine one of them teen parties. They playing 45 songs in a row. And would you say at 3 minutes, 5 minutes apiece? All killing, shooting, violence, sex, drugs. They smoking weed. They popping pills. They getting high. They drinking lean. What do you think gonna become of that?
That's right.
Music.
That's right.
Music.
Makes people out of control.
Yeah, music. Hold on, T, don't go nowhere. I think I got Marcus on here, another photojournalist / I call him activist. He may not call himself one. Hey, Marcus, go ahead. You're live, uncut, unedited.
Hey, Martin. You know what? I think they manipulate the numbers. Let me step out.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was stepping out of the restroom to tell you this. They manipulate the numbers to stop a public outcry. You know, the police got to manipulate the numbers to show that the city is safe. They do it all the time. A retired cop told me when in actuality, the crime rate is still high. It's been high ever since I've been born. I mean, in our neighborhood, it's been high. And just like you said, they want us to do their job, call them, be a snitch. If nobody called the police in the black community, they wouldn't know to come.
That's right.
They don't just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Bodies will be laying on the street just like dogs lay on the street. The dog pound don't come. We call the dog pound to pick up dead dogs. They don't come and pick them up. They become a part of the road in our neighborhood. So, and these kids are on drugs because their parents allow it. Their parents introduced the drugs to them. So therefore they allow it. Look at the generation of parents today. Look at how they be giving their kids hotel parties unattended. They go get the room and you got 13 and 14-year-olds up in there unattended. What do you think is going to happen? And you got lean, you got the drugs, you got the rap music that says do the drugs. And it's really all about money. I talked to a young man this morning as I was dropping him off at school, and he was listening to some rap music. And I stopped him. I said, I'm listening to the music, but it's all about this hate and killing another brother. When I came up, we listened to rap music back in the 80s. I'm talking about 83, 84. It was about politics. Reagan was the worst president we ever had, and he was giving it to black people. So it was about politics. And he said, no, it's really a lot of these, he used the N-word to describe it. He said, a lot of these ends, they're not about that life. It's about money. It's what will sell. So as long as people like to listen to that crap, the music industry is going to play it, and they're going to pay these young kids millions of dollars to make it.
Mm.
And it's all about money. Everything we do in this country, and as a matter of fact, in this world, is all about money.
Marcus.
That's why God said money is the root of all evil. Not that he don't want you to have it.
They
but
said
for
the love of it. Marcus, let me say this.
About money.
I want to challenge every rapper. Listen to this, T. I want to challenge every rapper that's going to view this content. Won't you start rapping about killing Jews? I guarantee you'll be off the air. You'll be out of business in a day or two. Or killing white folks.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you rap about killing Jews and killing white people, that stuff would not be played over the radio airs. But as long as you talking about killing a black woman, a black man, talking down on a black woman, disrespecting the black woman, calling her every name but a child of God, that's permitted. Do that to a white woman and see what happens. I guarantee your rap career won't go far. Any rapper out there, I don't care if you're a drill rapper, whatever, change them lyrics up and start talking about white people, killing white people and all that type of stuff. Or degrading white people or Jews.
Calling white women bitches and whores
right.
and all that. That's what happened with Tupac. They wanted him to continue to make music like that, and he said, how about I call your women
Hold it.
bitches and whores?
Hold it, Marcus. Somebody said, I'm playing a race card. Listen, I'm living a race card. Who control everything? White people. That is the race card itself. They control everything, and they ain't coming off that power. Listen, white people know that they are promoting violence in our community. These white executives, they are promoting killing, shooting, sex, robbing, stealing, all that of the black man and the black woman. You don't never hear, listen, start talking about, listen, if you talk about killing gays, if you talk about killing white people or Jewish, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be out of business. Rapper, you're going to be out of business. I dare you to try it.
It was said years ago.
Yeah.
It was said years ago about the industry that they pay African-American rappers to rap as ops and the more disrespectful they become, the more money that they assign them off on.
Mm-hmm.
That's been said years ago. So it don't have nothing to do with race, but it's just like anything else. You know, white police kill a black man, they might get probation. But let some black police kill a white woman, they might get life.
Yeah,
so it ain't about racism. It's about the way the system is set up, period.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that's black know that. And anybody that's white know that. The writing is on the wall. And Marcus is correct. If you go back and look at the last 3 years at most of my posts, it'll clearly state Lori Lightfoot lying about the gun violence numbers. She lying about the crime. This is the accurate number right here. Over the last 3 years, most of my posts, that's what they said. They trying to keep the tourists coming here because that's bringing money here. They trying to keep other states from knowing how bad Chicago is.
Mm-hmm.
But people know anyway.
The Democratic Convention is next year. So they got to make the numbers. They got to manipulate the numbers. I mean, Martin, wasn't it just a shooting at the White Sox Stadium?
Yes.
It's been a lot of shooting, and I'm quite sure somebody got shot and killed today. So tell me, excuse my language, but how in the heck is the crime rate down? They want to make Chicago look good for tourism because it's all about money. It's all about money. Just like these holidays, the school system, they put black boys in special ed so that they can get more grants from the federal government. Nobody's looking at that. Mm-hmm. They put black children in special ed so the school system can get more grant money from the federal government. It's all about the money. It ain't about the people. It ain't about the kids. Everybody's making money. Even the preachers are making money. The churches are making money. Everybody's making money, but the ones that suffer.
So crime is not down. Trust me. It's not down. And it's not, and don't blame it on the young people. They're not the only ones out here committing crime. Trust me. It's not just all the young people. Now, one thing I can say, T, everything a black man and black woman do is magnified. This negative is magnified in the media. It's like, see, look at the black people. They killing each other. Look at the black people. They downtown robbing people. Look at the black people. They carjacking. Look at the black people. They looting. They go in the stores and snatching the grass. Look at the black people. And we know a small group of black people running in stores, carjacking, shooting and killing. That does not represent the whole race of people here in the city of Chicago. It doesn't. But if you look at the news, it would probably have you thinking that way. Seriously. Seriously. But to our radio stations that's playing all this music, this demonic music, poisoning the minds of our young people, that's all what it's doing. It's all what it's doing. It's repetitious. It just keep coming in your mind. Killing, shooting, and half-naked women, and killing and shooting, killing and shooting. Killing and shooting. T says she's 67 years old, and she afraid to walk outside. She got to keep ID on because she don't know she might come back home. Anything can happen. I'm telling you, people, nobody is safe in the city of Chicago. Nobody is safe. Downtown is not safe. It's safer than the south side and the west side, but it's not safe. They're not scot-free. That's serious. All right, people, we still taking calls. The call is on the numbers on the screen. Got 2 numbers on the screen. And let me ask y'all a question since y'all on here. Now, if we've been going through it's been longer than this, but I'm gonna just say 30 years, T. Mark, you 50, so you should know. 30 years, we've been having this same problem. Same problem. We've been waiting on somebody to come and save us. I'm talking about in these black communities. Why?
Say someone,
Yes, go ahead.
ain't nobody gonna save us but us. But to save ourselves. These politicians, ain't nobody worried about us. We gotta save us.
I need somebody to tell us, why are we still going through the same thing that we've been doing for the last 3 decades?
It's simple, Martin.
I'm listening.
Who controls everything?
Black people, don't
They created.
Don't black people control everything?
No. White folks control the money. They control the flow of food. They control the utilities. They control the jobs. And so by them controlling everything and taking away resources and kicking out black homeless people who used to sleep at the police station, allowed immigrants to sleep at the police station, and want to give the immigrants everything that they didn't want to give blacks, that they said blacks was lazy and wasn't deserving of. So they created this zoo that we are in, this human zoo that we are in. They created this. They can talk about race lighting all they want. They created this. The sins of the fathers have fallen on the children. This is still going on. If white people cared, they would be rising up against their own leaders to stop this. What's going on in our neighborhood should be considered a state of an emergency and should be treated just like they treated COVID-19. We're not only dying due to crime, the hospitals are no good in our neighborhood. The little corner store doctors are no good in our neighborhood. Everybody coming in our neighborhood and experimenting on us. This has been going on I would say, before I was born, but for 40 years. I would say 1983 has been 40 years. It was going on back then. They brought the drugs in our neighborhood. They played on our desperateness to feed our families. They closed these factories down. They closed down these steel mills, went overseas because they were afraid that black people were coming up economically. They hate us and they don't want us to rise. That's why they're bringing these other people over here to replace us and experimenting with these viruses to wipe us out.
He said a lot right there. He said a whole lot. First of all, let me just say something to my audience. Listen to audience. Let me educate you. Because a crime is committed in the black community doesn't necessarily mean that another black person did it. Okay, I want to say that. So don't just assume because a violent crime take place in these high crime areas, another black person. Just don't assume that you have no way of knowing unless you was there and you witnessed it with your own eyes. That's why when you hear me reporting, no, I don't know who did it. I wasn't here. That's why I say what I say, because you just don't know. We just had an incident, about 2-3 weeks ago, where there was a police shooting. There was no need for an officer to discharge his service weapon. You don't hear anything else about it. Nobody went to jail. One of the officers friendly fire shot his own partner. They could not justify why they was pulling out their guns and shooting. Where was the danger? Where was the threat to the officers? There was none. Seriously, there was none. Why you think nobody's locked up in jail? Why you think you don't hear about it no more? And we can't have these type of officers patrolling our community. How could somebody that view black people as the enemy patrol your area and you expect them to do right by you? They're not going to do right by you at all. They're not going to do right by you, period. I'm sorry.
They're racist. They want you. They'll sit there and let you get robbed. I mean, a lot of the crimes happen within a few feet away from the police station. There have been cases where police have driven past and didn't do anything. I'm gonna say this, because when I was living in Inglewood, when things really got out of hand, my family would call the police. I remember times when the police did not even show up, and when they did show up, that was a big fight on my childhood block. They came, that fight happened at 9 o'clock that night. They come around at 4 a.m. in the morning talking about where's the fight. My mother told them to get the hell off the front porch. That call was put in. They done now. They fought till they got tired. If somebody had to pull out a gun, it'd be somebody dead out here. That's how the police service is in Inglewood, in our neighborhood. And it probably still is like that. And they want to say black people don't call the police. That's
not true. That is not true. Said we don't cooperate. But what's the excuse now with all this crime happening downtown? Like T said earlier, as long as the crime was contained on the south side and the west side, don't come downtown, don't come over in Hat Park, you all right. You all right. Lincoln Park, you all right. You all right.
Hyde Park too.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Hyde Park. Yeah. See, have you? Let me say this before you say something, sister. Hold on. Never in my life. Now I've been chasing crime more than 5 years, more than 6, 7 years. I've never witnessed a high-speed chase in Hyde Park. I've never witnessed a high-speed chase downtown Chicago. I've never witnessed it, but I've witnessed on the south side plenty of times. Can somebody agree with me on that, or is it just me?
I totally agree with you, but Martin, they not gonna let it happen over here in Hyde Park. Now, don't get me wrong, it do be crimes over here, robberies over here, but they not gonna let them bring that.
Look how they let them tear up them stores out south, right?
Right.
During the riots, right? But me and you went into Hyde Park that same day, right?
Right.
They did not let them break one piece of glass. Oh, they had their little moments, but they didn't get a chance to hit them stores in Hyde Park.
Mm-hmm.
They protected that. They had university police and Chicago police.
Somebody said all the crime you chase is black folks committed. No. Let me say something to you. Let me say this to you. First of all, you don't know who's doing them. How could you say crimes are being committed by blacks because it's in the black community? You don't know who's doing it. You don't know who's doing it. We've always listened to in the black community, Marcus, in the black community, we always suspect the police doing a lot of this shooting. We always suspect it, but we just could not prove it. And especially people that getting shot sitting in cars 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then always, and what did the media say? A black SUV, a white SUV, or a silver SUV sped away. No license plate, nothing. So don't
That's
people.
crazy. We got the crooked cops. We have crooked cops. They show it to you on TV every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the hell they think Chicago PD is? It's based on a dirty cop who goes around beating up on people. And they didn't just make that up. They're showing it in your face. And we should be complaining about why the blacks always play the criminals. Because that's not true. We are not criminals. We are hard-working people. And every time we try to build up our neighborhoods, these racist vultures create a way to stop us. They can't say nothing about black people. Because I know that's who's on your page in disguise. They can't say nothing about black people. If we're pissed off and we're racist toward them, we got a reason to be racist toward them. Because y'all kill babies, elderly people. Y'all trying to tell God there's too many people on the earth. We got to kill off some of them. They play God. They doing it. They coming in our neighborhoods committing these crimes. They so clever that they put on a full body mask, dress up like a black man, and go kill. I don't believe no gang is just shooting into a crowd of people having a family reunion, a crowd of elderly people having a barbecue in the park.
And you remember that white guy? Remember that white guy 2 years ago that was over there on 59th and Racine, 58th and Racine over there with 100 rounds of ammunition, sitting in the park. I heard he got, I think he got 4 years of probation or something.
The federal government behind this shit too. Excuse my French, but the federal government, the FBI ain't no friend to the black man. Never has been. They're behind it.
Somebody said, now I'm playing a word game. Listen, I'm not playing a word game. That's words are tools. That's what listen, one thing about that, in the American justice system, you are innocent until proven guilty. You have to be proven guilty. Until then, you are innocent. Now, at least that goes for the white people. Now, for us, we're guilty until proven innocent. It's just the opposite with us.
Our parents committed a crime. They had us.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I remember one time, I put on my Facebook that it was a white guy tried to carjack a black woman, and all of them under my comments, you mean a light-skinned guy? They could not believe it. They couldn't believe it to say their life. They didn't want to believe that. Then I know they've been watching too much TV. Too much TV. And most of these people that live around white people, you've never been in their house. They barely even speak to you. Don't even look your way. Trust me. Tomorrow, I live around white people. Well, you don't know them because they don't want to make themselves available to you. They'll probably speak and keep going. Seriously.
Yep.
People, listen, you cannot speak on a crime in the city of Chicago if you wasn't there. Period. You cannot speak on a crime on the city of Chicago, in the city of Chicago, if you wasn't there. Period. You can't say who did it. And most of the time, most of you, your thinking is that these men and these young boys out here shooting these women out here killing as well. Women are killers too. And they do drive-by shootings, and I know. Trust me. For you all you people out there just watching the media, you don't know nothing. You don't follow nothing. You don't do no research. Whatever the media tell you, that's what you believe. Trust me. That's your narrative. And it's real talk. Anybody want to say something?
I'm surprised your phone ain't lighting up tonight.
No, they don't want to hear this type of talk because they're afraid.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to believe that the
hold on. Yeah, hold on. Miss Tanya Ruffins, whoever you are, call in. Won't you call in? Let me see if you're a black person. Call in and say you grew up in Inglewood. Let me see. Call in. Tanya Ruffin Young, call in. Put your name on the screen. I need you to call in right now. Talk to me. And as soon as you call, I want you to get on the screen and talk to me. I want to see what you got to say.
Yeah.
Make some sense. Yeah.
I do want to say you are correct about the white people. They will speak to you. Yeah, they're saying that, and they'll keep on going.
They're not going to have a conversation with you.
They don't, because guess what? I'm living it right here.
Yeah, you can live right around white people.
Keep on walking. I live around them.
Yeah.
They'll speak to you, and they'll keep on going, and I want to leave it.
Right.
Just like that. I'll speak to you out of respect.
Oh, I got another call. Hold it, I got another caller. 5625. Come on, I think I've seen that number before.
You have, Martin.
Okay, go ahead.
Call often.
Go ahead.
But my question is, that shooting for the Juneteenth in that white suburb. There's no black person do that, and they haven't spoke upon that yet. When a black man got killed, it was all on the news. But it has been swept under the rug. But you know why? It was our Juneteenth picnic in that little community, that little white community, but it's a little black little area. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Duh.
Oh, it was all on the news. A young black man got killed. They have not said nothing else about it. And we as black people didn't have nothing to do with that Juneteenth barbecue getting shot up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Des Plaines. It was in one of those white suburbs.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell you. People, we need to stop and pay attention and look at things around there. People are coming in our community doing things, and we blaming it on each other. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying 1 minute that black people are not doing harm to each other. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not giving black people a pass. But I don't believe that we're the only ones committing crime in the black community at all. I don't believe that.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Mexicans go into black neighborhoods, go down the alley, and steal out their yards. Is that not a crime?
Mm-hmm.
Is it black people doing it?
Hmm.
It's Mexicans doing it. I know that for a fact because when I lived in Inglewood, we had an old grill. They didn't know that it was built into the backyard.
Hold on, Marcus.
They tried.
Hold it, Marcus. The number is on the screen. It's 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808. You can call that number. Be happy to hear from you, Miss Tanya. Go ahead, Marcus.
So they tried to take it. So I'm saying this to say this. They commit. It's not just us committing crimes in our own neighborhood. It's other people coming in here. It's not just us dropping trash on the ground. It's other people that come through here and throw their trash out the window in our neighborhood. And we get the blame for it. Just like who's really shooting into the crowd? A black youth. Who's really behind these teen trends, knowing that with that many teens, some of them are going to act foolish and it's going to get out of hand? Who's really behind it? Who's the invisible adult? And I don't believe it's nobody black.
Okay. We got another caller. I hope this is Miss Tanya. 5028. Come on, caller. Probably listen to the prompts. Hey, caller. We're here. 5028. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, this is Tanja Ruffins Young.
All right, now
the
come on.
The person that you thought, or
right.
Somebody thought I was white.
Right.
No,
well,
I'm black.
You talk like you white.
From
go ahead.
Inglewood.
But go ahead. Come on,
No, I'm not white.
Let's hear let's
black.
hear what you got to say. I'm finna listen patiently. Come on, talk to us.
Well, I called because you asked me to call.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something.
So what do you want to hear?
I want this is what I want to know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you this, and you can debunk what I'm about to say. Because a black person get killed on 63rd and Halsted, that don't mean it's by another black person. I want you to get that out of your mind. All right.
It's not in my mind.
Okay. All right. Just want to listen. Just and I'm gonna say this: there's no rule about saying somebody did a crime if they have not been convicted. You can't. I can't even do that. And I'm the crime chaser. I can't say who shot who if I wasn't there to see it. Can't say that. And see, we got that bad in the black. I'm saying we generalizing now in the black community.
Got it. But this is what I spoke on. You took a portion of what I said.
Let's hear it.
And I don't. I spoke on when you said that the crime that you chase, you don't know if they were black people committing the crime.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And
correct.
I'm saying to you, a lot of the crime that you have chased, I know personally that it was committed by blacks.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to come on here and say, and I know you know I'm not going to come on here and state it, but I'm not against my black people. But
So,
I'm not
okay, well, let me hold it
wrong.
right there.
Let me say this. At 60, I owned a 4-flat I just sold.
Okay.
In the 6300 block of May.
Okay.
Right next door to it, a black boy beat his mother to death.
Mm-hmm.
And the police, nobody called the police. None of the neighbors. But when the ambulance came, it came because the son called. Another son called. And when the ambulance came, they called the police. They arrested the son. They came back and arrested the son and let him go.
Okay. Now,
he has evidence that he beat his mother.
Okay.
His 81-year-old mother to death.
Now hold
broke her bone in her jaw.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Now, was you there when she got hit? Did you see him hit her?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
no,
so you
I
can't.
Didn't have
you
to see
you
him.
right.
I didn't have to see him hit her, but he admitted to the ambulance person that him and his mother had a fight.
Okay.
And that's why they called the police, because he beat her. He beat her unmercifully. I wasn't there, but neighbors were there.
Okay.
She died 2 days after he beat his mother to death.
Mm.
So I don't
So
need
they arrested him.
Defend that.
Okay.
Yeah, they came back and arrested him.
Okay. Okay. Is he
and
locked?
They let him go because they said that he was under medication.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. He
That's
must
what,
have.
That's what we were told.
Oh, okay.
And he had smoked some PCP, is what some other people in the neighborhood had testified to, that he had smoked some PCP, whatever that is. But,
okay, yeah, Sherm, happy stick.
But he still killed his mother.
Okay.
You know, he still beat her to death.
That's a terrible thing to hear. That is a very terrible thing to hear.
And this was a nice woman.
Mm-hmm.
This was a nice woman that didn't have, but it's not just that. It's, I was born and raised in Inglewood, and I stayed over there because I wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't help people who don't want to help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When you got people who are knowing their children is bad, and they sitting there defending them, knowing that they didn't rob the people next door, and they got the people next door furniture in their house,
mm-hmm.
but they defend them. Now, he was here. He couldn't have done it. He was in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm talking about when I'm on your wall talking this. So if I sound like I'm white, I'm sorry. I'm not white.
You ain't got to apologize. Hey.
I got 3. I'm not really sorry, but I got 3 grown black kids. One that I struggled with because he wanted to be a gangbanger, so he almost got his head blown off and had to rethink what he wanted to do with his life. But the other 2, it was a success without, a whole lot of problems. So,
okay,
my people.
Let me ask you a question. So you saying the people that you try to help, they don't want no help? Is that what you're saying? Is that, if I'm hearing you correct?
Not all of them have been. Most of them, because I had a building over there that I fixed up very nice, and I charged little rent because it was paid for. I charged $200-300 to girls with children. As long as you got a job and you're trying to do something, I try to help like that. And they'll play like they got jobs and they ain't got no job. They let the boyfriends come in there, sell weed, and a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 years I went through that until I sold it. I just sold the building and gave up. But that's why I speak like I speak, because I know our people could do better. But they just act like they don't want to do better.
Can I ask you a question? You
Yeah.
still live in the city of Chicago or suburb?
I have property in the city and in the suburbs.
Okay. No, that wasn't the question. Actually, I said, do you live in the city or in the suburbs? Either or.
I live both.
Okay.
I live both. I live both places.
Okay.
I have a house in the city that I live at.
You got to tell me what
I
suburb.
also
Okay.
have a house in the suburbs.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say what suburb.
Right.
And
right.
I rent it out, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the next question I want to ask you, where your house is, do they act like they want some in that community?
Some of them, but you still get that parents and grandparents that try and protect the wrong. That's the big problem that I see. You know, and these kids that are doing this, they know that they're going to be protected. They know that their grandmother or their father or their uncle going to lie and say that they was there when they weren't.
Okay.
It's a lot of that. I don't know if you know it, but I know it. And I'm going on 65 years old.
Okay.
I've been around for a while. So my youngest is 28, my oldest is 46.
Okay. Okay. So what's your general take on black folks living in these bad areas? Be honest.
I mean, it's vast. It's like a lot of our black people want better. They do. And they can't afford to live anyplace else. But it's so many in the community that are not on the right page. Like on that block of 6300 May. Most of those people own those buildings over there. And most of them want it better. But you got so many in the community that don't. And it hurts. You got people walking down the street eating some chicken, throwing chicken bones everywhere. You go in the backyard, you got people squatting down, boo-booing and wrapping their behind with a potato chip bag. You know, you got this all day. This is all day long. I literally clean up human feces and pick up chicken bones, and because we don't have to live like this. Come on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hang bags on the gate. Come on, let's put the garbage in the bag.
Okay.
Only it won't be maybe that block, but it'll be all those other blocks that'll come through.
Now, I want to ask you another question. Now, you know, and I know, as a homeowner, they have some skin in the game, so they're going to be a little bit more reluctant to throw trash on the ground or, you know, do things that a normal person would do that's renting. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't expect tenants, well, at least I don't expect them to do things as if a person would own it. They own the property.
But you know what I do expect?
Go ahead.
I think that you should, as a tenant, want where you live to be clean, and for this landlord that care about this property you live in, you should want to help people clean, because you want to own one day, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I mean when I say our people just don't do right. Just because you don't own it don't mean that you got to tear it up.
Well, I mean, have you ever thought about your selection process of your tenants? Maybe you was getting some of the wrong tenants in some of your property. That could have been one of the problems too.
Well, come on now, everybody.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that because
I lived over there the last 2 years.
Okay, I'm just saying because a lot of times, you know, property owners, they go out and get these crackheads to do work, do the job. Hold on, I'm not saying it's not you. I'm not saying it's you, but what I'm saying is, then they get on here talking about black people lazy. They don't want to work. I tried to help them. No, you didn't go get no real help. You call yourself getting some cheap help, some cheap labor from a crackhead. So now you expecting some good results from, you know, from a poor performer. You know, I'm not saying it's you, ma'am. I'm not
to
saying
answer your question.
yes.
No, and I'm just answering your question. No, I'm very selective. Everybody knows all my property. I scrutinize, and I'm very selective. But I tried over there in Inglewood to help out because everybody can't afford to pay $1,000 and $1,200 a month for no rent, and they got babies to feed. So you help the girls out. Everybody make a mistake. You get in there?
Okay. Yeah.
And they bring the boyfriends in there. I got cameras all around there.
Yeah. Now, Mama, you 65 years old, and I'm quite sure you know, and you've been 23 and 24, 25, 26, a young lady.
I have.
You know, if a single black woman, you rent to a single black woman, some type of company is going to come over there. Some type of man's going to come over there.
No, we're not talking about company.
Yeah.
We're talking about letting people come in to sell drugs.
Oh, wow.
And I ain't got nothing to do with your company now.
Right.
No, you misunderstood me.
Yeah.
I'm saying you cannot come in there and move your boyfriend in to sell, and he's selling drugs.
Okay.
That gets you kicked out. Why would I rent an apartment, a 2-3 bedroom apartment, for $200 or $300 because so you can afford it, and then you move him in and he's selling weed out the window?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do a credit
for the 8 years?
Okay, well, it's over with now. Let me just hold it for 1 minute. I want to come right back to you. Let me take this call. They've been holding for so long. I want to come right back to you.
Well, tell her I ain't white.
Okay.
I ain't white.
Okay, we know you ain't white. 2909.
All right.
2909. Come on, caller. 2909. Hey, how
I
you doing?
want to comment on the young man or the young lady that said that blacks come into other blacks community and stole things on the ground.
Yeah.
I watch this every day.
Okay.
Every day. You know, it's more of your own neighbors doing it more than somebody else coming from out of the community doing it. My neighbors, I do this every day. We put garbage bags and everything on the fence. That don't work. I got a neighbor who comes and put a garbage can from the back to the front. That don't work. The niggas still throw that garbage on the ground.
Mm.
And I tell them all the time, I say, can y'all see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the man got the garbage cans in there. He got garbage bags sitting over here. Did your mammy teach you any manners? Where's your granny? Did your granny teach you some manners? Because, baby, I'm going to teach you something. Let me come over here by me. I'll knock the living hell out of you. You're going to pick that trash up. No. Mind your business. I'm minding my business. This is my community. My community. I don't want my community nasty. Hey, we already got enough damn rats running around here. Shit, we don't need no more. People come, I see them get in their cars, dumping all that garbage in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a little kid this morning doing it, driving in the car. He let down that window and throw all that garbage. I said, you nasty MF. And the mama looked and said, "Wait," I said, you nasty MF. You want something this?
Mm-hmm.
I said, you let that window down. Let that kid throw all that trash on that ground. I said, where's your mammy at?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you need to mind your business. I said, I'm minding mine, sister. But I got your license plate. So when you get up in the morning, your tires is cut, you'll know why. I don't give a damn. I'm a bad mother who over my community. And I'm in Inglewood.
Mm-hmm. I ain't mad at you now.
I'm on 6800 block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watch everybody's cars. I watch everybody's homes and stuff around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to let nothing happen to my neighbors.
Rightfully so. Let me say this to you guys, to both of you ladies. I know both of you guys are property owners. Let me just say this to you. And I just learned something 3 years ago. I think it was about 3 years ago. I've never really paid attention living in the black community, and to trash. Be honest with you. I never really paid attention to trash. I mean, if you go down the alley and you see a lot of stuff thrown, slung around, yeah. But like in front of the house and stuff like that, you never really pay attention to that. That really wasn't my problem until one day a lady pulled me to the side. Karen Hicks. She said, Martin, just look out the window. Just look. And I started noticing pop bottles, condom wrappers, and all. I said, God, dog. Now we can't blame this on the white man. This us. I'm serious,
Right.
you know. I'm serious. I'm like, you know, then one time I was on 63rd and Calumet, not Calumet, right off King Drive. And they were doing a food giveaway. And it was just so much trash out there. They was giving away food. And I was like, look at the people standing in the trash. They don't even know, you know, y'all didn't even clean the lot up. I said, do we realize, you know, just, I'm like, my God. When you see trash, it bothers you. But some people don't notice it. They think this is the way it's supposed to be, sisters. When they get through, I've seen people ride down the street, open up their door, throw out that little residue to come out of that little tobacco, out of the blunt. I've seen people on the expressway
They know better.
get on the expressway, throw their whole tray out the window. Whole tray out the window. I've seen these things.
That's just priceless. But don't say that they think this is right, because
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say. Hold on. I didn't say they think this is right. This is what they used to doing. They don't know. You can see sometimes.
So when they went to school.
No,
they
listen.
went to school. Remember how we go to school in the cafeteria? We had to take our tray back.
Yeah. But let me just say this.
Remember that?
Yeah. Let me say this, sister. Let me just say this. All due respect. Some people don't notice what you notice. And you're a homeowner. You got a different mindset than a renter.
I ain't always been a homeowner.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I had my son when I was 17 years old.
Listen, I know you have not.
When I was 17, I dropped out of high school. And I had to go back to school and get a GED.
Okay.
With a baby, with all my friends was going to college. I was bumping a baby. So I had it hard. I had an apartment over there on 79th and Parnell. And back then, oh my God, it was terrible.
Now
I had it hard.
But I'm gonna tell y'all.
Always been this way.
I'm gonna tell y'all, some of y'all homeowners. I love y'all to death, but y'all don't cut y'all grass. Y'all don't shovel the snow or nothing. You know, a lot of y'all. I've seen it. I'm just saying. A lot of homeowners. They don't cut the grass. The grass. They wait till grass get knee high. Now I'm just saying.
I kept my property. Right?
Okay.
You're right. On 63rd, they really did. On 63rd and May, they really did keep up. Everybody, we got out there together. We shoveled our snow. That was a real cool, laid back block.
But you got people, y'all got to remember, you know, and both of you guys probably older than I am. You got to remember there's different levels of teaching. You have to, like me, I'm 54. Now I learned to look at the community a different way at the trash. The trash was never a problem to me until somebody brought it to my attention. They said, look, Martin.
What about graffiti?
Look. Huh?
What about graffiti?
Graffiti is terrible.
You say the trash, you know how they spray paint on the garages and stuff. Do you pay attention to stuff like that?
Yeah, I do. I pay attention to that.
Okay, because that's gang affiliated.
Yeah, right. I pay attention to that.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you, yes.
Right. I know. Right. So stuff like that along with trash, all that go hand in hand.
No. Who gonna be looking? Hold on. First of all, if you looking at graffiti on the wall and it's gang signs, and you know you from this block over here, you ain't got no business being over. You ain't gonna be looking down in the grass looking for no trash. You looking for them guys that represent that. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, I'm a man, baby.
You have to look for when you drive up and you drive your car over a bottle and it breaks and your tire gets flat. That's because there's bottles in the street, or you in the alley. That's because the alleys are dirty. It just ain't just a bag in the yard. No, come on. We talking bottles and cans and crap. I have workers that used to come over there, and they would try and dump their stuff in the alley, nails and crap, you know. And I'll say, now, do you do this over in white folks' neighborhood?
Well, because they ain't gonna go in white folks'
When you
neighborhood.
go work for them,
They're out of the element.
I said, when you go over in white folks' neighborhood and work, you don't leave trash. Now you pile that up in a big bag and put it in a can, and so the city will come get it properly. And they do it. But they thought that that's how we live.
But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Most people think this the way it's supposed to be, the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But let's get off this trash. Let's get back to the crime. But I mean, that's terrible too. That's terrible. That's terrible. But I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you guys are saying. We want to make the community better by doing better. Everybody's not going to be on board of a good community. Just not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Well, it starts there.
Right. It starts.
I'm sorry, it got to.
Right.
We have to start teaching our children
Yes.
that this is how you live. You don't live in filth.
Right.
We have to teach our children. You can't say, oh, they're not going to learn. Yes, they will.
Right.
They will. They'll learn it and they'll appreciate it and they'll do it. But if you keep giving them excuses, we don't pay attention to that. Then they're not going to pay attention to it.
Right. Well, you got to teach. You got to teach. I mean, that's where the teaching comes.
Right.
The teaching comes in. Right. It comes in.
Right.
I mean, and as a landlord, as you're a landlord, if you rent to low income people that don't have that much money, some of the problems going to come with it. So I don't know why you as a property owner was so surprised what you were seeing. I just don't understand it.
Well, I have never had anybody come in my property and throw trash and be nasty now.
Right.
I said they had the boys in there trying to sell drugs in my house.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never had nobody come in and trash my place I ain't never had to evict nobody. I ask them to leave. It ain't working out. They leave.
Mm-hmm.
They respect me.
That's a beautiful thing.
So I ain't never had nobody to nasty up or tear up. No, never.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing. Well, why did you sell
they come in and they see how they.
Why did you sell?
Because I just got tired. I got tired. I'm old. I'm getting older. My kids didn't want to help. They didn't want to go down there on that end. And I just got tired.
Hold on.
So
hold on. You said 63rd May. Is that the block where they found the landlord inside of a sewage?
No, actually, that was 62nd, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I remember because I did a crime scene over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget.
They sure did. They killed that man. They put him in the sewer.
Yeah, because of the rent. Because they didn't want to pay the rent or something.
Well, it was a little more
They
to
just did that over here on 58 and Norma Boulevard.
It was a little more to that situation.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know.
It was a little more to that. I don't want to go into it.
Okay, you ain't got to go into it.
They didn't do that because of no rent.
Okay.
Right. It wasn't about no rent.
Okay. All right. I didn't know what was going on. That's what the media.
They'll be over there for a year and not pay you.
Yeah, that's the narrative of the media. That's their narrative.
Somebody gave that story. His family may have given that story to the media.
Okay. I don't know how that went, but
as a landlord, I'm telling you, if you get a tenant in there and they don't want to pay you, and they got kids and they got a 5-story, they can stay in there 6 months to a year and not pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So there's no rent now.
Okay. All right. So I'm glad I got a couple of concerned citizens on the live that's concerned about the community and things like that and watching out for their neighbors and that's a good thing. I think we should.
Well, 63rd of May, that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we rolled over there. They see me out there. I clean the street from one end of the block to the next every morning. With my coffee in one hand and sticking another one.
I'm not mad at you. That's you.
Right.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you too, Miss Landlord, for helping the young people. Those that was kind of struggling a little bit, didn't have nowhere to go, couldn't pay high rent. Thank you for helping them. That was a blessing.
I still help them. It's just not over there.
Okay.
And you're welcome. And I'm glad that you're acknowledging it. But I still help. It's just not over there. And I grew up on that block.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
hard to leave, but I'm still helping them.
Okay,
I always help.
that's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm glad to. I forgot to thank you earlier for doing that because I don't want to just be
No worries.
a critical person and this and that and all that. But we have to.
Well, that makes you a good host.
Right.
You gotta keep going on each side. You gotta play good cop, bad cop.
Right. Well, it's not, man. It's not, man. It just tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what it's all about.
Tell the truth
And what?
and shame.
But everybody
the
don't think the
devil.
same.
I know it. And that's why we got to bring them
Everybody
to
don't think alike.
right. And of course, we human. We all are different, and we can, but we can help people, bring them apart, and let them know, hey, this is how things supposed to be done. All right. But ladies, I'm finna end it. I think I want to let Marcus say something.
Right.
Then thank you guys for your participation. I've been on here about an hour and 10 minutes, and I think that's enough. Marcus, did you want to say
Yeah,
anything?
you did some work.
Yeah, Marcus.
Well, yeah. When people throw stuff down in their community, a lot of people don't appreciate where they live, the historical significance, and what it means for you to be Black, to be living in a neighborhood like Inglewood. At one time, there were no Black people in Inglewood, and our ancestors prayed to go into those areas. Here you are in that area. They don't understand the importance. It doesn't hurt to pick the trash up. And I'm not saying that Black people don't do it, but Black people are beat up in the media enough. We know that our people are throwing trash in the alley and all that. And what I will also say, I lived in Inglewood. I didn't own a home, but we treated it like we owned it, okay? The city does not do its job in cutting down those weeds and those abandoned lots. They hire, this is what happens. They hire people, but they hire people who it's just a job. They don't care about the neighborhood, and they don't hire people who live in those neighborhoods. Just like people I worked at Ogden Park for years, and I understand what she's talking about. As quick as I clean up outside, somebody was breaking glass. I got my life threatened when I told a guy, why would you wash your dog in this water fountain? That water fountain right out there today in the middle of basketball court that people drink off of. Why would you wash your dog up? He told me, I'm GD and I'll blow your head off. I said, well, I'll tell you what, it's not my job to clean these mouthpieces on this, but I'm going to do it because I live by this park and I'm cleaning it. But that's stupid. That's the mindset that some of us got. They don't care. It's not that they don't know how to. They don't care. They want to pronounce their authority, their street authority. But we got rats running rampant in our neighborhood. We got flies and yellow jackets, and people are allergic to those things. They're in our neighborhood because some of our people just love living in filth. Maybe they're like that in their house, and they want to bring it outside and live that way. We do not have to live that way. Just because you live in Inglewood, just because you poor, you deserve to live in a nice neighborhood. Your neighborhood should look just as clean as Lincoln Park. And get on the city. Then you can get on your alderman.
Oh, wow. That happened. My phone cut off. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Hey, caller, this is Martin G, a.k.a. the Crime Chaser, live.
All right, I'm sorry, people, my phone cut off.
Broadcast. Just before you speak, please turn down
all
your audio. Please turn them off or down, and do not have us on speakerphone so we won't have an echo, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, y'all. I missed
when I got on here, started speaking about how people are, they want to say I was white and I'm against and this and that.
No, well, you know, it's I guess it's your wording, you know, because we do get those white trolls on here and say things.
Yep.
We do get those on here, and they never come on live. But my thing is, if you can comment in a message, you can call. You can call.
Well, you know, I don't mind calling, but I don't like it when it becomes an argument. I don't have time to sit and argue about what I know. what I've lived and what
Right.
I've done. And
Right.
then have people sitting on the sideline criticizing and ridiculing what I'm saying. So, that's why I thought.
Okay.
That's why I just started commenting.
Okay.
But when you was
okay.
like, you called me out, I had to call.
I sure enough
me
called
out.
you out. I'll call you out again if I have to. Come on here and talk.
Well, I called.
Yeah, you did
And
call.
I'm gonna call.
Yeah, you prove your point.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna get off of here and
Okay.
everybody take care of you.
All right. Well, I'm gone too. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning
right.
in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Appreciate you guys. I was just
All right.
for those of you looking at my screen, I just tried something different today, and appreciate all my wonderful guests.
I enjoyed it.
I thank you guys so much. Thank you. And listen, I don't know all the answers. I'm not always right, but I like to. I'm learning too. Just as much as I love to talk, I love to listen. I love to listen
Right.
and be attentive, because you might learn something when you listen. That's why you have
That's right.
you have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. So hey,
That's right.
so we need to use our eyes more than we need to use our mouths and our ears. So thank you guys so much.
That's
this is
right.
live, uncut, unedited. Y'all already know
You
what it
already
is.
know what it
What
is. Live, uncut,
And what?
unedited.
And this is what we
Tell the truth
and what?
and shame the devil.
And I
love being black. I love being black.
that's my story.